Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only Chase Lupine Fiasco Sessoms, a.k.a. Free Jim Harburger.
Yeah, just Jim Harburger has been locked up on death row for a long time for a murder that he didn't commit. You see, Michigan, that's how you do free someone right.
That's damn right. Shout out Blizza. What up, King? We got a big slate of college football ahead of us today, Chase. This is the last week of the regular season. It's a great day, but it's also kind of a sad day.
Can you believe it's already over?
I cannot. This season, like all seasons, flew by.
Yeah.
And we say goodbye, with this season in particular, we say goodbye to college football as we currently know it.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you kind of get the, like on the SEC network and everything, you get those reminders of like, hey, football could maybe suck in the future. So enjoy football like it's like right now.
There are some cool matchups next year. I'll give it that. There's some cool matchups.
Yeah.
Border War weekend was bittersweet.
Yeah, a little bit. It was kind of surprising in terms of like how many public chalky picks actually just did the damn thing yesterday. Like there was not a lot of dogs.
They went crazy. At least we got Iowa.
That was it. That was the crown jewel of
and that game was just as stupid as everyone expected it to be, if not dumber.
Yes. We had 2 blocked field goals. We had a few interceptions. We didn't have a defensive touchdown or a safety though. We
almost had a safety. Almost had a fucking safety.
Almost had a safety.
Oh, if Nebraska would have won off a safety, I would have been very happy.
And by the way, I love Deacon Hill because, of course, the Iowa quarterback should also look like a tight end.
I was going to say when I was watching the game, I was like, of course, everyone's a tight end. Everyone on Iowa is a tight end. Doesn't matter what position they play, they're a tight end.
You know, Bear Bryant used to say that if you want the best player on the team, like he would always just recruit quarterbacks off of everybody's team, then change their positions when they got there. If you're Iowa, it's just like give me your tight ends. That's what I want.
All right, Chase, you ready to get into this? Uncle Rico is currently driving. He may come in spottily, so we be on the lookout for the Uncle Rico spottings. It was close. We were worried for a second.
That was an epic sweat in the second half. Let's go.
So what is it? Iowa. Before we get into it, Iowa only hit 1 over on the whole season.
Yeah. And was it Minnesota? Yeah, it was Minnesota.
Did they hit the over for the Penn State game too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Hold on, I can tell you real quick after you get going, and I'll look this up.
Also, yeah, worst offense in the NCAA, 10-2. That tells you everything you need to know. First game on the slate: Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan is a 3-point home favorite, over under 45, plus 128 on the money line for the Buckeyes. Chase, I know you got something in this game. I do not. I'm not touching this one.
You're not touching Michigan. Ohio. You're not touching the game.
I am not touching the game. I can't.
Yeah,
I have too much wrapped up in it with my heart.
Okay. I don't, because I mean, fuck both these teams, quite honestly.
That's fair. I do a podcast with a big Michigan fan.
That's fair. I went ahead and I made the play on Ohio State on the money line. I think that Ohio State, in addition to being just as good, if not better, as Michigan, has played tougher competition, and their stats still match up to what Michigan has. And I think we finally hit the point where it's too much bullshit for Michigan. So I am taking Ohio State on the money line. But when I was doing my research, I figured out how just elite these two defenses are, especially against the run, against the pass. And so I decided to put together a same game parlay to try to fade some of these running backs and their props because of the strong rushing defenses on both sides. So I went with Ohio State on the money line, under 45.5 for total points, and the under for Blake Corum at 89.5, and for Trayvon Henderson at 85.5 for my same game parlay, which came out to plus 1,300.
This could be sort of like an ugly defensive battle. I could very easily see that coming out, especially personally with the way like both quarterbacks have looked throughout the season.
If just thinking about how Michigan looked last week with their offense once they finally started playing people who aren't soup cans. Like their offense wasn't just as powerful as.
I'm going to try not to look too much into last week with how much I assume they were trying to hold back and not show until they had to.
I mean, I know it's a trap game place and they usually don't cover, but no, I'm all over the Ohio State here.
Up next, I feel like this is another one you're all over. Kentucky, Louisville. Louisville's a 7.5 point home favorite, over under 49, plus 235 on the money line for the Wildcats of Kentucky. Chase, I wonder, I can't understand what way you'd be going with this game.
Listen, I don't recommend anyone tail this because it is a rivalry game. It's 8.5 points. And this is basically just me opening up my heart and letting that hate out because there's one person out there in particular who will absolutely fucking hate that I'm saying this. Give me Louisville to cover the 8.5 here.
8.5? Ooh.
Yep. Got him at 8.5 at 2:31 a.m. this morning.
You dirty dogged him. I like it. Up next, Houston, Central Florida. UCF is a 14-point home favorite. Over under 61, plus 460 on the money line for the fucking Cougs. Not touching this.
No, absolutely not.
I want to take Houston here so bad.
But you don't know what you're going to get with Houston.
That's the thing.
You don't know what you're going to get. I don't think you know what you're going to get out of UCF. And I could easily see UCF winning this by like fucking 30 points.
That's the thing. Like, you don't know what you're getting with it. I will say I think UCF has shown the most and been the best out of all of like the newcomers to the Big 12.
I would agree.
But like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm going to be intrigued and maybe check this out if it's on one of the 4 screens at the time.
There you go.
Pittsburgh, Duke. Duke is a 4-point home favorite, over under 41.5, plus 170 on the money line for Pitt. Chase. I'm dying.
I'm still riding the high of all the just the big time unders I got yesterday. And I'm once again an unders taker, going to tombstone the fun right out of this. And after it's over, I'm going to play my carry unders wood. Give me the under 41.5, Pittsburgh and Duke. If you look at both of these teams, both of them are big time rushing teams, and they both have fairly salty rushing defenses is the other thing. So I think it's going to be just running into a brick wall over and over again. I'm on the under.
Blizza was commenting, bet the over for Houston UCF, by the way, the 61.
Gotcha.
Don't hate that.
No.
Indiana, Purdue. Here's my first play. We got Purdue as a 6-point home favorite, over under 54, plus 180 on the money line.
6?
Sorry, 5-4, over under 54, plus 180 on the money line. Yeah, it's a 6-point spread.
It's 4.5 here.
It's a 6-point spread where I'm seeing it right now. Obviously, I took Indiana plus 6.
Yeah, if I'm getting it at 4.5, I would definitely take Indiana plus 6.
Yeah, it's 6 over on BetOnline and a lot of the offshores.
All right.
Yeah, give me Indiana all day. Maybe even sprinkle on that money line. I got something for that later. But yeah, give me Indiana. This is a close game. Purdue, like Indiana's looked real bad. Also, they play in the East with much harder competition. Purdue has not looked good this year.
They haven't looked good, and they're very turnover prone.
Yes. Miami of Ohio. Yeah, Blizzard. That's a lot of points for Purdue to be given. Can Purdue win with margin is the question. I don't think so.
I think Purdue could cover 4.5. I don't think they could cover 6, though.
A touchdown, right? I don't think so. Miami of Ohio, Ball State. Miami is a 4-point road favorite, over under 34.5, plus 161 on the money line. Really wanted to take Ball State here because Miami, similar to Toledo, they have the MAC locked up.
Well, hold on, though. It's the MAC. So logically, it tells you that you should take Ball State, right?
Yeah.
So take Miami. Because that's how you handicap the MAC. You figure out what is the most logical thing to happen, and you do the opposite.
I'm staying away. I can't. Speaking of the MAC, NIU, Kent State, Northern Illinois is a 19.5 point road favorite, over under 44.5, plus 790 on the money line for Kent State.
How much do I not want to be the guy holding the Northern Illinois minus 19.5 ticket in my pocket / on the betting app in my phone? Like I don't want any part of this game.
That's gross. Yeah, stay away from me. Middle Tennessee State, Sam Houston State, MTSU is minus 3.5 on the road, over under 50.5, plus 152 on the money line. Chase.
Yeah, give me MTSU to cover on the road minus 3.5. If you were to look at who's not good at covering spreads at home, Sam Houston. Sam Houston is the poster boy for not covering spreads at home. I'm not going to go against that, and I think Middle Tennessee is. I honestly think they could easily be a touchdown, or 7.5 point favorite.
That's what I was saying. I was surprised that this was so low. I get MTSU's been a little bit like shaky these last few weeks, but Sam Houston State is awful.
They stayed shaky.
They're real bad. Yeah, I'm also on MTSU minus the 3.5 in this spot. Love that. Navy, SMU. SMU is a 19-point home favorite, over under 45.5, plus 810 on the money line for the midshipmen of Navy.
I'm not even going to touch the under.
I know. I didn't want to. I thought about it, but I couldn't.
There's nothing about this game that is intriguing to me.
I thought about dabbling with Navy plus the 19. Thought about it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. Texas A&M, LSU. LSU is a 12-point home favorite, over under 67, plus 375 on the money line for the Aggies.
You know what? I consider adding this one to my plays, and that's LSU minus 12.5.
They're going for style points. They're trying to win him the Heisman.
They're going for style points. 2, this last weekend is supposed to be about rivalry games. We have it beaten to our heads that this is the rivalry game week. This is where you play your bitter rival last week. Texas A&M and LSU aren't really rivals. Like, yeah, they're kind of close because of, the Houston area and Baton Rouge, right down I-10. But, they recruit the same areas, but they're not like rivals. So I think you could throw that whole rivalry game angle out of it, and I think LSU wins with style and margin.
Oh, LSU's hit every over this season. Homie said bet the under last week.
Who? Probably me. I think that sounds like me, probably.
I don't know if who did LSU play? No, LSU played like some no whatever school last week.
Oh, it was you. Yeah,
it was me.
Army. Was it Army?
Was it Army? It might have been.
No,
it wasn't. It was when they played Army. I did say bet the under.
Yeah,
but that was like a few weeks ago. Sup, Rob?
What up, Rob?
Actually, Chase, I'm gonna bet the over. Bet LSU over.
LSU and over.
Over 67 right now.
Okay.
Points.
Okay. There you go.
They're going for fucking points. Let me see. Oh, I got this other play in here that I gotta get rid of. Bam. Cool. Up next, Troy, Southern Miss. Troy is a 16-point road favorite, over under 48, plus 550 on the money line.
Yeah, this is a big time don't touch. I do think that Troy wins. I don't know if they could win with a 16.5 point kind of margin at all, but I think that Troy is probably, Southern Miss has actually kind of showed up a little bit. They seem to have shaken the curse of Brett Favre's whole, welfare scandal thing. So let's pass. Let's pass on that.
Yeah, I'm passing on that one as well. We got Uncle Rico calling in.
What's up, guys?
I don't know if... Hey, there you are. We're on Troy Southern Miss. Have you had anything in the early slate, Erik?
I have Ohio State over Michigan.
Got it. Is that the only one you got for the 11 a.m. games?
I believe so.
I think all of us... I got them later. I have them straight up over Michigan later in a little round robin, but nothing right now. Similarly, Chase, I think Troy's the cream of the crop in the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
But Southern Miss has been getting feisty. I couldn't find like an angle on this game that I liked.
Southern Miss, man, they've just been giving it to Gore. I mean, if Troy can't stop the run, Southern Miss could sneak that out, especially with the running clock.
It's like they just figured out that if they just give Frank Gore the ball every single time like they did last year, that good things happen.
It's like, hey, if we give the ball to our best player, maybe we could win.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's a crazy thing to think. UConn, UMass. UConn is a 1.5 point road favorite, over under 51.5, plus 100, even money for UMass straight up.
I'm so happy that UMass ticked to minus 105 on the money line, because that means it's no longer a system play for me, because it's not plus money anymore with that tiny spread, and I can just be fucking done with that. I could just enjoy the hilarity that comes from UMass and UConn.
I'm rolling with UConn minus the 1.5. I'm doing it. Give it to me. It's gross, but I'm going to do it. FAU, Rice. Rice is a 4-point home favorite over under 49 plus 160 on the money line for the Owls of FAU. Actually, this is an owl off.
It is.
An owl off.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo!
It's the double. It's the two Hooters battle.
Woo! I have nothing in this one. Both
Same.
these teams have been like wildly inconsistent all year.
I got nothing.
Wake Forest, Syracuse. Syracuse is a 2-point home favorite. Over under 44 plus 110 on the money line for the Demon Deacons.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get there with Syracuse, but I just couldn't, especially with how Wake's coach is as a dog. So I ended up passing.
Yeah, I can't touch this one.
I kind of think the wheels have come off of Syracuse, and if you're gonna play this, play Wake Forest on the money line, and if you're not gonna do that, then don't play it at all.
Tulsa, East Carolina. ECU is a 3-point home favorite. Over under 43.5 plus 135 on the money line.
I'm adding this one.
Tulsa.
Wrong team is favored. Give me Tulsa on the money line plus 135.
If this was at Tulsa, I'd be all about it. On the road, it's weird. Both these teams stink. I could see it, Chase. I could very easily see Tulsa coming with the W, though. Georgia State, ODU. ODU is a 2-point home favorite. Over under 51.5 plus 115 on the money line for Georgia State.
Yeah, no.
No, gross. I got this a little later for Uncle Rico now that he's joined in.
Oh, great. Looking forward to it.
Arizona State. Arizona is a 12.5-point road favorite. Over under 49.5 plus 380 on the money line for the Sun Devils. I got Arizona State plus 13.5. I took it. I think this is a rivalry game. I think as good as Arizona has looked, this is one that this is the only game that Arizona State will care about. Give me the Sun Devils. This is their hold factor.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm on Arizona State. Yeah, I'm on them plus the points in the money line as well.
I did not dabble with the money line. Did not get that intense with it. Uncle Rico's got his big boy pants on, though.
I do.
UAB, North Texas. North Texas is a 2.5-point home favorite. Over under 74 plus 110 on the money line.
See, this is another one. Small spread, less than a field goal. I get plus money on the dog. This is where I should be playing UAB. Why can't I make myself play UAB right now?
Chase, yeah, it's the DILF.
Yeah.
It's running away from the system because of the DILF.
Because of the DILF. The DILF pushed me away.
San Jose State, UNLV. Speaking of systems, UNLV minus 2.5. Over under 59.5 plus 115 on the money line for SJSU. Chase.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. It's UNLV in the points. I really like this UNLV team.
Same.
I like how fast they play. I think that this Barry Odom team is going to handle San Jose State. I don't think San Jose State's really that great at all, even though Chevin Cordero has turned it on a little bit. They were the favorite last week, and it kind of surprised me also.
Bigger surprise, UNLV or Northwestern this year?
Northwestern.
Ooh, Northwestern. They've both been big. Northwestern, though.
Yeah.
I think
you lose your coach that close to the season, doesn't usually go well.
And you were already projected to be really, really bad.
Yeah.
Western Kentucky, FIU. Western Kentucky's an 11-point road favorite at the airport. Over under 55 plus 330 on the money line. No, thank you. ULM. Louisiana Lafayette is a 12.5-point home favorite. Over under 54 plus 360 on the money line. Couldn't bring it.
No.
I do have this.
UL Monroe will cover some damn spreads. I just want to say that. I want to get that on the record. But I
do have this one a little later.
Oh, yeah.
Wisconsin, Minnesota. Wisconsin is a 3-point road favorite. Over under 45 plus 120 on the money line for the Golden Gophers.
I wanted to get there with Minnesota, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Blizza likes them at the alternative minus 9.5. Maybe that's for ULL.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I tried to get there with Minnesota. Couldn't. Up next, Virginia Tech, Virginia. Virginia Tech is a 2-point road favorite, over under 53.5, plus 112 on the money line for Virginia. Can't.
These are two very swaggy teams to bet on as of late. They're very hot gambling teams when you think about Virginia covering spreads and then what Virginia Tech has been able to do once they put on Cryon Drones at quarterback.
Not a real name. That can't
no
be
way.
real
That's
name.
a real name. Yeah, but he's tearing it up. I think Virginia Tech might be pretty good next year if he sticks around.
I think so. I think this is going to be a very exciting game. I'm actually hopeful about the futures of both these teams for now. Like always with these teams that kind of like jump up and look exciting, you always have to wait to see what the transfer portal does to them.
Yep. Because either they jumped up and got exciting and got the hell out of town, or they jumped up and got exciting and stayed.
Yep, and I hope they stay so bad. Maryland at Rutgers. Maryland is a 2-point road favorite in Piscataway. Over under 45, plus 113 on the money line. Easy one for me. Virginia. This is Rutgers against a Maryland team in the month of November.
December?
I get that Maryland almost beat Michigan and played really, really close. How much of a letdown spot is this for Maryland now?
It's a huge one, and it was a trap game spot for Michigan also. That wrong team is favored, definitely. It's going to be pandemonium in Piscataway. I'm with you. Rutgers plus 110 on the money line.
Yeah, give me Rutgers all damn day. Georgia Southern, App State. App State is a 9 oh, Blizza likes Maryland to cover. Okay.
All right.
Georgia Southern, App State. App State is a 9.5-point home favorite, over under 63.5, plus 275 on the money line for Georgia Southern. Give me Georgia Southern plus the 9.5. This team is wild and wildly inconsistent. Give me an on Georgia Southern to cover this.
All App State does is play in close games. Yeah.
JMU, Coastal Carolina. JMU is a 7.5-point road favorite at Coastal, over under 49.5, plus 255 on the money line for the Chanticleers.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Give me Coastal on the money line here.
Yeah, I would lean Coastal as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go Coastal. You have James Madison in the top 25. They just lost, so their whole swagger of, being that team that got screwed, that's really the best team, is kind of evaporated. So what are they playing for at this point? Fucking nothing. Coastal still has things to play for, though. So, give me Coastal.
I can't. I couldn't bring myself to it. Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Tennessee is a 27-point home favorite, over under 57. No money line posted over our friends over at Bet Online.
Yeah, not here either, cowards.
Yeah,
I really wanted to take Vanderbilt here. Of course.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Joe Milton revenge tour. He gets just sidelined and looks awful. Vandy wins outright. Arkansas State, Marshall. Marshall's a 1.5-point home favorite, over under a 53, plus 100 on the money line for Arkansas State. Chase, I'm pretty sure we went the same way here.
Yeah, Arkansas State I'm on a lot of money line bets today. Apparently, yeah, Arkansas State on the friggin' money line. Are you kidding me? The team that put up 77 last week. Yeah, it might be a good spot to fade them. I think they're way better than Marshall. And plus, Butch Jones, let's be honest, might be the best coach in America. I'd really like to see him in a place like Michigan State.
I was going to say future Michigan State coach, Butch Jones. Erik, you touching this game at all with your future coach on the line?
I got nothing. Nothing at all.
Same way as Chase said, I think wrong team favored here. Give me Arkansas State. Marshall's been very disappointing this year. Colorado, Utah. Utah is a 21-point home favorite, over under 46.5, plus 1,000 on the money line for Colorado. I wanted to take Colorado here.
What I did is I have a 2-unit future on Utah over 8.5. So I put a quarter unit on Colorado money line.
Oh, a little hedge action?
A little hedge. That's the only thing I did here.
Okay, Erik. I'll abide the hedge this time. I couldn't. I wanted to take Colorado plus the 21. Couldn't bring myself to do it. Alabama, Auburn. Alabama is a 13.5-point road favorite, over under 47.5, plus 470 on the money line for Auburn.
I got something.
I know you do, Erik. Lay it on us because I think you're the only one that bet this game.
I took the Tigers. Plus, I got my 14.5. I sprinkled a little bit on the money line. I think you can run the ball in this Alabama defense, and that's what they're going to do. Hugh Freeze as a dog is absolutely insane. I think Auburn has the speed to limit Milton in his rushing game. I took Auburn here plus the points in the money line.
Blizzard 22, Iron Ball going to be fun. It usually is pretty fun. It's usually pretty chaotic. I don't know. Call it just recency bias and the fact that Auburn lost to New Mexico State. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Maybe that's just me. That's just me. Maybe I'm just a square. We're just Erik and me, just a couple of squares betting here.
That's what I am, square Uncle Rico. But from what I read, Auburn spent all time last week just preparing for Alabama.
That checks out.
They treated last week as a bye. Hugh Freeze is one of the best coaches ATS against Saban. I'll just play the spot here with Auburn.
BYU, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is a 16.5-point home favorite, over under 56 plus 580 on the money line for the Cougs of BYU.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If Oklahoma State wins, they're in the Big 12 championship game, correct?
I believe so. Let me take a look at the standings real quick, but I believe so. Yeah, they're winning. They're winning. They're in.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, if they win and they're in, they'll only have 2 losses. So winning, they're in. Man, they'll be sitting at 8-2.
I don't.
Sorry,
want
they'll
any
be
part of
sitting.
this.
I think winning, they're in.
Yeah, no part of this. I want no part of this shit. Yeah, because they beat Oklahoma, so they had the tiebreaker over Oklahoma.
Yeah, they would be if they win. Yeah, they would win. They'd be in. It's
Yep.
And basically, if they lose, then Oklahoma and Texas are in for a rematch.
Sounds about right.
I think Oklahoma State wins, but this is too many points in my mind for how they've been playing right now. Not touching this one.
They're not the same high-flying Oklahoma State offense that's like back when they had like Mason Rudolph where they were throwing the ball everywhere.
Yeah.
This is a very run-based Oklahoma State team. It's a little bit different. No, they have had good running backs in the past.
I was kicking myself last week for not betting BYU. Do I make that mistake again?
No, man. If you miss the
No,
wedding,
it was
don't go
at
to the
BYU.
funeral.
They were at home. They were at home last week.
Okay, but
Can't.
still, if
They're on the road.
if you miss the wedding, don't go to the
Yeah.
funeral, Jim.
No, not touching this one. Northwestern, Illinois. Illinois is a 6-point home favorite. Over under 48 plus 190 on the money line. Chase, again, I think we're on the same side here. What do you got?
Our boy here, Blizza, said something earlier, and I'm going to disagree. I don't think Northwestern is toast. I think we are in for a septuple Burtoning here, and that the Burt lays the egg, and that Northwestern, bowl eligible Northwestern, I would like to add, gets one more win, and I don't know, probably ends up playing in like the Gator Bowl or the Outback Bowl or something.
I will say, like, as Uncle Rico alluded to on the Friday show, this is where he likes to take teams like Illinois, needing this win to make a bowl.
Right. Yeah, I don't trust Brett Bielema to get the wins that he needs. Is the thing?
No, I trust him to get the opposite.
No, he gets the more he gets the most. He's like a player who makes the routine play, or sorry, the hard plays look easy and the routine plays look fucking impossible. Like he's like a second baseman who can't throw it to first. He's like Chuck Knobloch.
That kind of describes him perfectly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, give me Northwestern straight up here.
And he also looks like old Butthead from Beavis and Butthead.
I took Northwestern plus the 6, and I sprinkled a little bit on the money line. You out of the dead zone? Oh, he's not out of the dead zone.
I'm going to stop clicking the button because I think we're clicking it at the same time. That's me.
Was you? I thought that was...
Yeah. There he is.
Are you out of the dead zone, Erik?
Dude, I'm in the first of West Michigan right now in some 2-lane roads, so I could be dipping in and out the whole time.
Beautiful. Blizza says I'm going to be locked in on that game for Northwestern Illinois. That's the one to watch out. Liberty, UTEP. Liberty is a 17-point road favorite, over under 55.5, plus 580 on the money line for UTEP.
Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing for me here either. Yeah, I wanted to take UTEP. Thought about it. Can't be the guy that, like Chase always says, you can't be the guy
With
holding
that
Liberty.
ticket.
You know what I did do, though?
What'd you
Liberty,
do?
-6 first quarter. Even money.
Let's go. Let's
Even
go.
money on that one. Got even money on it. Washington State, Washington. The Huskies are a 15.5-point home favorite, over under 66, plus 520 on the money line for the Cougs.
I got nothing.
Anybody touch the? Yeah, nothing for me.
You know what? I'll sprinkle. I'll sprinkle on Washington State in the points, just because I have the itch.
I'll be watching the Apple Cup. I love me some Apple Cup.
Oh yeah.
Last Apple Cup for who knows how long. Jacksonville State, New Mexico State, over under 49. Jacksonville State's a 2.5-point road favorite, over plus 123 on the money line for New Mexico State.
Word
So
on the
this is a
street
team-
is Diego's not playing for New Mexico State.
That's probably why they're not
Really?
favored.
Was it Diego Pavia or something like that?
Are they sitting him or is he just hurt?
Sitting him for the
Okay.
for the
Sitting him
conference championship game.
for the CUSA championship.
Jerry Kill is New Mexico State, right?
Yep.
Okay. Man. So here's the deal. I love Jacksonville State, and they're an absolute wagon, but are we worried about the change in elevation at all for Jacksonville State coming from Alabama, going and playing in the high elevation at New Mexico?
Maybe a smidge. But if,
They like to
if
play
that-
really fast is the thing. You know, they're going to need to take in a lot of oxygen because they're the fastest offense in college football.
maybe a sneaky under.
It could be a sneaky under. It could be a sneaky Jerry Kill money line play too. I'm not going to do it, but it could be.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this one. Florida State, Florida. Florida
me as
State is a 7
Far
point,
away from this game as
Yeah,
possible.
Florida State's a 7-point road favorite, over under 49, plus 205 on the money line for the Gators. I did take a shot, Chase. I took the Gators first half money line at plus 170. First half.
First, I like it. Give him time to settle down. Time for that. The defense for Florida State to kind of shine and wear down Florida a little bit. Now I'm with you. I think that's probably I would, if you're going to play that, I think it's much less risky to play it as a half or a quarter.
I feel like Florida can come out swinging. I feel like Florida State, kind of the first start of the season for this new quarterback. Give him some time. I think there's a shot Florida State does easily win this one. This could be a weird game, though.
Very weird.
Notre Dame, Stanford. Notre Dame is a 25-point road favorite. Over under 49.5, plus 1280 on the money line. God damn it, I want to take Stanford. What the fuck?
It's too many points, right?
Okay, you know what? I'm doing it. That's too many points.
They're on the West Coast. Yeah,
Give me
that's
Stanford
tough.
plus 25.
Too many
Yeah,
damn
that's
points.
too many points.
Too many damn points. The amount of
South-
points is way too damn high.
South Alabama, Texas State. USA is a 6-point road favorite, over under 58, plus 190 on the money line. No, thank you. If this was like mid-September, early October, I'd be all over Texas State, but no, thank you. The light has gone out. West Virginia, Baylor. West Virginia is an 11-point road favorite at Baylor, over under 54.5, plus 320 on the money line. Stay away.
Yeah, I mean, if you play anyone, you have to play Baylor, and why would you want to do that?
Yeah, you don't want to. No, you don't want to do that. Georgia Tech. Georgia is a 24-point road favorite, over under 59.5, plus 1,200 on the money line for Georgia Tech. You know what? If I'm going to lay any big spread, I wouldn't fault you for picking Georgia here, honestly, the way they've been playing.
Nope. I'm taking Georgia Tech plus 23.5.
I like it, Chase.
You know
You
why?
think
This is because of the SEC championship game. This is a look ahead spot
to
for-
Alabama.
Yeah, look ahead to Alabama. Alabama's a look ahead to Georgia. Georgia Tech is a spread covering machine this season so far. Haynes King has really kind of picked it up. I think once you leave Texas A&M, you instantly become better at football and as a human being. And so I think that's probably what happened to him at Georgia Tech when he transferred.
That checks out.
Yeah, yes, I really like this Georgia Tech team, especially, not necessarily to win, but to cover. So yeah, with all those points, give me Georgia Tech.
I cannot bring myself to do it. The way Georgia's been playing, just laying these big fucking numbers, I can't. I respect you, though. Kansas, Cincinnati. Kansas is a 7-point road favorite, over under 57.5, plus 230 on the money line for the Bearcats of Cincinnati. One last shot to fade a new Big 12 team. Give it to me. Give me Kansas -7.
That's fair. It's just with them being on the road more than a touchdown, I can't.
Give it to me. Give it to me, baby.
It.
Kansas. Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson is a 7.5-point road favorite at South Carolina. Over under 48, plus 250 on the money line for the Gamecocks.
This is what I'm worried about for Clemson, is that they're playing against South Carolina, and for South Carolina, it just might mean more.
This is like South Carolina's biggest game of the year now. I guess this is kind of Clemson.
The thing is, because of the conference that they play in, all of their games just mean more, Jim.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
And Clemson's probably just deflated.
Yeah, I would honestly split up a unit and go a half on the points and a half on the money line here with South Carolina.
I don't hate that. Clemson's been deflated, but they've looked better these last couple weeks.
It's true, but I mean, what are they playing for at this point? I really just want Dabo to, even though they're playing at South Carolina, I really just want Dabo to accidentally fall down that hill and just roll down it.
Yes,
over
please.
and over.
Charlotte, South Florida. South Florida is a 7-point home favorite against the Clit. Over under 57, plus 230 on the money line. Disrespected Biff Poggi with the points. Give me Charlotte +7.
I've done that a few times this year. It's worked out for me once. I'm not doing it again.
I'm probably going to regret it, but let's see. I only get one more shot at this, Chase. North Carolina, NC State. UNC is a 2.5-point road favorite. Over under 56, plus 113 on the money line for NC State.
I think this is a good game to watch and a terrible game to bet.
I agree. Give me UNC because guess what? NC State finishes 8-4. So,
yeah, that's what they do.
UNC is going to win, but I can't tell you by how much. Iowa State, K-State, Farmageddon, baby. K-State is a 10-point home favorite, over under 45, plus 305 on the money line. I took Iowa State +10. I took Iowa State.
Okay, I was going to ask if you did that, because here's the deal. I was surprised you didn't sprinkle on the money line. The reason being that Iowa State hasn't ruined anyone's season yet.
It's true. They've gotten close.
We thought last week against Texas was the last whenever they played Texas, it was the time that it was going to happen, and it didn't end up being it. Now you got a number 19 Kansas State heading in. I
think the only way this would ruin K-State, I mean, obviously they don't like losing to Iowa State. I think that when I've talked to K-State fans, the teams they least want to lose to are Kansas and Iowa State. But they had hopes of making the Big 12 championship, and those are kind of shot now that Oklahoma's ahead of them.
Yeah, but now if they get another win, they're going to a pretty decent bowl game. If they don't get another win, then it's a kind of just middle of the road bowl game. It's more of like a bowl echelon thing than it is a ruined season. So it's like, would you rather play in the Advocare Texas Bowl, or would you rather play on a New Year's Day bowl in Florida?
That's
probably Florida.
Probably Florida. This is a shot. Can you believe West Virginia is 7-4? By the way.
Yeah, I didn't know that they got to play that many games in at home on the mountain. Apparently,
they play Baylor. West Virginia's going to finish. That's a surprise too.
That is. We kind of thought that they might be sucking left hind tit.
Yeah, I thought they might be bottoming out. Holy shit. Yeah, give me Iowa State plus the points though. I did not dabble. If this was in Ames, maybe. Give me the points though. Wyoming, Nevada. Wyoming is a 10.5-point road favorite against Nevada. Over under 41, plus 325 on the money line.
Can't do it.
Did I take it later? I did not take this one later. Cal at UCLA. UCLA is a 9.5-point home favorite against the Berkeley Bears. Over under
I
50
know
and a
you
half,
got
plus
something
275
here.
on the money
You
line.
tell them how it's going to be, Jim.
Give me the over 50 and a half. Cal
right.
cannot stop the run. UCLA showed that their defense is decent, but I don't know. Cal just brings the points. Give me the over. I wanted to take Cal plus the points here too. I really do. Couldn't. Fresno State, San Diego State. Fresno's a 5-point road favorite, over under 47.5, plus 172 on the money line for SDSU.
My mind is telling me Fresno State, but my body is telling me SDSU. The reason being, this is Brady Hoke's last game, right?
Yeah, he's done. He's retiring.
Just one last one on the way out the door to the boys from the sleepy San Joaquin Valley.
True, and
Fresno State.
Fresno just lost.
See,
huge
exactly.
Upset. Yeah.
Exactly. It's the perfect place to take Fresno State, but you have this counterbalance, and these are teams I love to bet. I mean, between Wyoming and Fresno State, and I can't touch either of these games today.
Fresno State, not really alive for the Mountain West. Yeah, San Diego State could Chase.
I know, dude. I know. If you play it, sprinkle. Put like a quarter unit on the money line.
Oh my God! You know, if San Jose State beats UNLV, they probably kick them out of the Mountain West Championship.
No fucking way.
Yeah, so the San Jose State's 5-2 in conference. UNLV is
Gotcha.
6-1, so they would have the same record tiebreaker. Did UNLV beat or play Boise at all?
I think they played them in one.
Did they? I don't know if they played them.
You might be right. Let me check the schedule.
No, they didn't play. Boise State never played UNLV. Dude, so yeah, if San Jose State beats UNLV, it'd be a Boise State, San Jose State.
That'd be disgusting. That would just be gross.
That would be so gross. Basically, Boise is winning their in. Ugh.
Yeah. And Boise won
Boise
yesterday.
already won. They won, yeah. So that's it.
So this is the battle for the last remaining spot.
Yeah, it's UNLV, San Jose State. Winner gets into the Mountain West Championship game. I like UNLV even more now.
Me too. I also think that Chevin Cordero is going to have a really hard time with that drop 8 steel umbrella that Barry Odom likes to throw at them, because it's not like when he was in the SEC and there were like receivers who could like take the top off of it playing, on every single team. I don't think there's anyone in San Jose State that can take the top off that D.
Last game of the regular season of this year, Chase. Colorado State.
We have to play it now, right?
Because
it's the last game of the
I
regular
am
season.
playing it, of course. Colorado State at Hawaii. Colorado State is a 5.5-point road favorite on the island. Over under 54, plus 180 on the money line. Give me Hawaii and the points, and give me Hawaii straight up to get the win.
There you go, big boy pants.
Give me the fucking Rainbow Warriors, baby. They won't make a bowl game from this, but you know what? They'll get them to 5 wins.
Yep.
God damn, give it to me. Chase, any parlays, round robins, or the like?
Yeah, I have a round robin that I also played straight up as a parlay. That's a 4-teamer that I'm doing as 2-team parlays. First one's going to be Ohio State on the money line, plus 135. Then I'm taking the under 41.5 at minus 110 in the Duke and Pittsburgh game. I am taking UNLV minus 2.5 against San Jose State. And last but not least, Middle Tennessee minus 3.5, because I'm actually getting even money on Middle Tennessee right now. So I'll take that as 2-teamer parlays. If they all hit, I'll get it at 23.71. As a 4-teamer, I get it at 1578 plus.
I like it, Chase.
Yeah,
Erik, just in time. We just finished up. What other plays you got for the day?
I did San Diego State on the money line and plus the points. Florida on the plus the points on the money line.
See, Chase, he took San Diego State. He did put his big boy pants on today.
yeah. I think it's a good spot.
Hoke's last game, dude.
I know.
That's it. I said the exact same thing. Yeah.
Hoke's last game. They're going to come out emotional for that. I'll be the quarterback that Florida's rolling out actually fits the system better than Mertz, so I think they're going to be a little bit more RPOs. Plus, there's tape on this Florida State backup now from the game from last week. So I like Florida in that spot. Plus, you look at Napier as a dog; he's just automatic. Then my round robin is Arizona State, Ohio State, Auburn, Florida, and San Diego State.
Woo!
Woo.
Hey man, if you connect on 2 or 3 of those, that's a profitable round robin.
Shoot or
My
shoot, man.
my
Shoot or
round
shoot.
robin is thus: FAU plus 155, Indiana plus 185, Georgia Southern plus 285, Northwestern plus 180, Ohio State plus 135, and Hawaii plus 180. Altogether, that's a 514 to 1 parlay.
Woo!
I just did it by twos and altogether. And
There
of
you go.
course, a nice little teaser to end the regular season. Erik, it's a
Great.
fun one this week. Guess how many teams are in this teaser?
10.
Close, it's 11.
Oh my God, Jim, you're killing me right now.
So it's time to play the fun teaser game. Which one of these is going to lose me my teaser? Give me Georgia State plus 9 versus ODU. Give me Northern Illinois tease down to minus 13. Give me Western Kentucky minus 5.5. I teased Minnesota up to plus 9.5 versus Wisconsin. Teased out South Alabama down to a pick'em. Give me Louisiana Lafayette minus 4 versus ULM. I teased the Huskies of Washington down to 9.5. I'm thinking it might be that one. Give me Virginia plus 9 versus Virginia Tech. I teased Louisville down to minus 1 versus Kentucky.
Oh
I
my
teased
God, how
Ellis.
pissed would you be if it was Kentucky?
If Kentucky just wins like outright,
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. I'd be real pissed.
Yeah.
Give me LSU minus 6 versus Texas A&M. My pick, I think I'm probably going to lose the Washington minus 9.5.
That's
I
a
will
tough
say
one.
this. If you can bet alternative player props, every single over in Daniels from LSU. This is going to be his last case to make a case for the Heisman.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
though
he's
I
going to
think
go
he
hard.
should win it. He's going to go insanely hard. So every single prop for him, over, do the alts, the whole 9 yards.
I like that play. By the way, that's an 11-leg teaser for plus 3,300.
I was gonna say it's gonna be funny when this pays like 3 to 1. It's like 3 to 1.
33, yeah, it pays like 33 to 1.
I'm actually rooting for you on this teaser because it pays.
I've gotten one. I've gotten one on the year. If I can get this one and end with a banger, I might do one for conference championship week. I don't know.
There you go.
Things that make me drink. Jim's teasers.
It's a lot. Yeah, they do. All right, folks.
Things that Jim drinks while he's doing Jim's teasers.
Damn right. I was drinking a little cream soda while I was making this one today. Thank you all for watching. Any parting words for the last week of this college football season?
I know this isn't our last college football show of the year, of course, but it is. Let's reflect and say it's been fun doing this with you gentlemen most every Saturday morning so far this fall, and I can't wait for 2024.
I can't either. I embrace this. Hold on to this moment and this feeling as long as you can, people, because this season in college football, I understand that the more it changes, the more it stays the same. We're getting a drastic change next year.
Yep. It's been a good year. Looking forward to college basketball with you guys and keep the
It'll be
train
blast.
going.
The Gym Rats.
The Gym Rats, baby. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of the College Football Tailgate. Until then, toodaloo, and we